Okay, so boom. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to say that because when people say okay, so boom, it's usually like something really big or some stuff is coming next. So okay, so boom. Greetings, welcome to my channel. And today is Thursday. It's Thankful Thursday, and it is also Temeaka Ayurveda Day. And so I made a promise to my followers on my different media sites that I was going to dedicate specific days to specific content. And I'm working really, really hard to keep that going. So today is Temeaka Ayurveda Day. This video is about what is Ayurveda. I say it. I know that there's a lot of people out there who know what it is, and there's also a lot of people who don't. So it's a very, very, very layered approach to healthcare. So, of course, I won't be able to say what it is in one video because then you'd be like, nobody would listen to it because you'd feel like you were in a class. So, I'll just give you a little bit about it. So, Ayurveda is over 5,000 years old. It is a Sanskrit term that means like knowledge of life. It is the way that people receive medical treatment in India. And there's a lot of people who say that, like, our Western medical systems and some other medical systems are actually related to Ayurveda, and that maybe Ayurveda or something came first, and that's how we got to where we are. So, Ayurveda, the science of life. It's a healing science. It's not a medical science in the sense that an Ayurvedic practitioner, although they may assess you and use different assessment tools, including checking your temperature or, looking at your tongue, looking at your hair, looking at your eyes, looking at your fingernails to see what's going on. They don't write prescriptions for things like uh, pharmaceuticals like we do here in the United States. So I am a board certified nurse practitioner. I do have the authority to write prescriptions for certain things in the state of Ohio. Um, However, if I don't see that a person needs a prescription, then I've always been of the mindset that I don't want to give them one. If it's something like if it's a common cold, what can we do for a common cold as opposed to giving somebody an antibiotic? I mean, yes, if it is something, if it's viral, antibiotics usually don't. They viral infections run their course. They don't need antibiotics. Bacterial infections do. So, what if the person is having symptoms? I still want to be able to do something to palliate. And Ayurveda takes the approach that there are five elements. We've heard of the five elements. There's ether, there's air, there's fire, there's water, and there's earth. And those things come together. And they're all in our cells. We got these atoms and cells running around in our body that create our body systems. Well, um, Ayurveda looks at the combination of those things in terms of the three doshas. And the three doshas are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. The Vata dosha is made up of air and ether. It's mobile, it moves around, it's everywhere, it's dry, it's light. Um, and then you have fire and water, so basically fire in water, and that is Pitta dosha. It's hot, it's sharp, um, it's oily because it has some of that water in it. And then you have Kapha dosha, and Kapha dosha is heavy and it's dense and it's cold. So Vata can be cool, but Kapha is cold. Ayurveda also works on the principle that like brings like. So if a person is having a symptom of something, say a fever, for example, that would be, fever hot. And these are very basic. For a practitioner, you go more in depth because there can be fevers that fall under any of the dosha categories. But very basically, it's hot. So, with what I just told you, it might be pitta in nature. And the opposite of hot would be to give it cold, to do things that would be vata. I mean, that would be kapha like. Ayurveda also looks at the body in terms of the seven dhatus. The seven dhatus are the tissues. So we got rasa, which is plasma. We got Rakta, which is blood. We have Mamsa, which is muscle, and Meta, which is fat, and Asti, which is bone, and Maja, which is nerve. And then we have the Shukra and the Ardava, which are the male and female reproductive systems. And then Ojas. And Ojas is the essence of life. And basically, the goal is to keep Ojas alive, bring Ojas. You want prana, that life force flowing through your body, so that everything is in a system. The goal is to balance the doshas. So the doshas, again, they're that combination that make up the true you. Your Prakriti is like your fingerprint. There's only one you, right? Even twins. Twins, even if they're identical, they're not exactly identical. So there's only one you. You have a unique Prakriti, that is your fingerprint, and it's your energy pattern. It's everything about you. It's a combination of emotional and mental and physical characteristics that are based on the five elements that we talked about. And it is then you have the Vikriti, which is your state of imbalance. And your state of imbalance is when you go to a provider and something is wrong, that's your imbalance. So any of those can go out of whack. And the goal of Ayurveda is to bring them back together. So balance out what is out of balance, because that can equal dis-ease, as in you're uncomfortable at first, and it can progress to an actual disease. And those things would be in the mind, body, and spirit. And so yeah, that's what Ayurveda is in a nutshell. It uses mantras and um, yoga asanas, and it uses herbs and spices and food as medicine. Routine or dincharya is a key component to Ayurveda, and get up, do your routine. Doesn't have to be anything big. One thing at a time. The first thing I did was go ahead and get the time that I get up in the morning together, and the time that I go to bed together. So I go to bed around 10:30, and I get up at 5:45 every morning, regardless of the day of the week. And I've been doing that for about 5 years now, and I literally wake up before the alarm clock goes off. At first, it was an issue, and I didn't want to, and I'd be like, okay, well, maybe if I just go ahead and I wake up, but I'll just lay here in the bed. And then no, I had to get up, and then I do some stretching exercises. I brush my teeth, clean your body. I go ahead and scrape my tongue, and I use a copper scraper. You'd be amazed at what is left in your tongue with if you never scraped it. And using a copper scraper is one of the best ways to get that stuff out of there. The food tastes even better. You would be amazed at how much stuff you get off your tongue. Just little things like that. And then taking away some of the things out of our diet that we don't need. So, a lot of us want to be healthy, and we try to be healthy. But the problem is that, yeah, being healthy sometimes is hard, especially if you've lived a certain way for a long time and all of a sudden you're trying to change everything. Key point, don't try to change everything, a little bit at a time. It took a long time for you to get to where you are, and it'll take a little bit of time for you to get back. Commit to you. It's my big thing, commit to you, and you can get there. So, that's a little bit about Ayurveda. It's what it is. It's a healing system that embodies mind, body, and spirit. You can attempt to go some things alone, but I would recommend an Ayurvedic practitioner if you're looking for one, no matter where you are. Me. I'm available. So, anyway, that is it for today, and I will talk to you all soon. Temeaka Ayurveda, Balanced Epiphany. Talk to you soon. Namaste.